Nacho Dean, live in Madrid. How are you, my friend?
Well, great to see you again, James. Very happy to be here with you. Such a
Oh, that's
pleasure.
great.
How are
Let me
you?
just.
You
I,
travel a
I'm
lot.
I'm great. We are in Sumba again, where it's been a little bit rainy and the Wi-Fi has been down, but we back strong, stronger than ever.
Yeah,
But just for the audience, I think life is about a journey, and you often meet extraordinary people when you least expect it. And sometimes you think you're going to meet great people at a conference, and you wait for the speaker and you're like, I hope this is going to be good. Well, I was at a conference, Turium conference in Madrid,
yeah.
and this gentleman called Nacho Dean spoke before me, and I was completely riveted. And who is Nacho Dean? Nacho Dean walked around the world, ladies
Mm,
and gentlemen, for 3.5 years through all types of circumstance and situation. I was completely and utterly riveted by the whole experience of your talk, Nacho.
mm,
And at that very moment, I said, I have to spend more time with him, as
mm.
I found him to be so inspiring. And in my mind, I said, let's do a leadership program in Sumba where people can come and partake and participate in a 7-day journey with him and his team in leadership
Mm,
and in one of the most beautiful places in the world, using his experience and talent
mm.
to improve themselves. And the first person to sign up is undoubtedly going to be me, as I would love nothing more than to go through that journey with you. So I just wanted to have a quick chat with you, Nacho,
Mm.
to share your experiences and more importantly to see what people would do and how the journey was. So why don't you just firstly just tell us a little bit about yourself, encapsulate the journey. What was the greatest learning of your expedition, and just give us a little bit of an overview.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, James, for this opportunity to be here with you and all the audience, sharing experiences and learnings acquired through my expeditions. And I can't wait to be there with my team and all of you and your team, making this natural leadership become a reality. So, answering your questions, I think what was the greatest learning of all your expeditions? I have to say, James, that walking around the world for 3 years teach me that the biggest journey is the one within, stripping life down to its essentials, food, water, shelter, reveals how little we truly need and how powerful the human spirit and the human mind is. It also reinforces a fundamental truth. Nature is the ultimate teacher of leadership, and every day, nature demanded resilience, adaptability, and trust in the unknown, exactly what we develop in leaders in the retreat.
So tell us a little bit about your journey, just how the 3 years plus worked when you walked around the world. I love the quote that you gave me. I said, "Well, what inspired you to want to do that?" You woke up one day. Just to tell the audience a little bit about that, and just some highlights of the actual expedition that you did, and then we swum many oceans as well. But we'll just start off with the round the world expedition.
Yeah. Well, as you said, after walking around the world, we live in a planet where more than 70% of the surface is covered by water. So I decided to jump to undertake a new expedition that led me to connect by swimming the five continents. But as you said, let's go step by step. In this case, leadership, is about embracing uncertainty while staying committed to a vision. We have to focus on the short term, the step that we are making right now, right here, but without losing the perspective and the point B, that it's where we are going. So in nature, just like in business, things rarely goes as planned. There are a lot of storms, paths disappear, and the only way to keep on moving forward is adapting without losing sight of your purpose. I think purpose is such a very deep and important word, a very important concept, having a purpose in all the things that we do. And the retreat is designed around this principle, around the principle of purpose. Each day, through challenges like the fire walk, the jungle treks, night reflections, participants experience leadership not only as a theory, but as a lived reality. They learn all these concepts with their own experience.
And then on your walk around the world, is there any moment that you took the most learning from, any specific encounter that you had with people, any place in the world that really stretched you physically and emotionally, that you weren't sure if you would get through it, but you did obviously get through it, but it really changed your viewpoint towards something or just inspired something amazing within you as a human being?
Well, that's a very interesting question because one of the most powerful moments during my walk was realizing that the journey wasn't just about me. It's about the people I met on the way, their kindness, and how small actions create ripple effects. And in the natural leadership retreat, we teach leaders to move from the ego-driven leadership to service-driven leadership. People who attend often tell me that they return home with a new sense of clarity, making bold decisions they had put off for years. So I remember, for example, in many countries like in India or in Malaysia or in Singapore, in also in America like Chile, Peru, Mexico, I have walked with many people by my side. They invite me to their houses, and it's a very interesting learning how it doesn't matter about your ideology or your philosophy or even their religions, but we are very similar all around the world. Um, it's not about the color of your skin or the color of your hair. It's about being human, and we are very similar. So they open the door of their houses and they invite me to sit in the table as if I were one more of their family. So humanity and kindness is one of the most interesting learnings that I had through this journey.
NIHI embodies all of that, and I think that the work that Chris Birch and I and the Birch Family Foundation and everything that we do in conjunction with all the other foundations that we work with to whether it be eradicate malaria, work on malnutrition, work on water,
Mm,
ocean cleanliness, and all of these things. That's the human spirit, and that's what we embody. And to be on an island like Sumba, which is 2.5 times bigger than Bali, and to use it as a platform to host you
mm,
and your team, as well as the people that will join this retreat in October, I think will be just an amazing, amazing backdrop
mm.
for this. What do you think are the key things that people, whether it be a company that joined the retreat with their senior executives, whether it be independent people, we probably looking to keep it relatively small, maybe about 10 or 12 participants for that week. Um, we are going to have incredible pieces attached to it. But what do you think, other than the relationships people will develop with each other as you do when you bond and you go through these experiences? What would you like the key learnings to be that people will garner from experiencing this with you?
To realize the huge potential that we have physically, mentally, and also spiritually. I have experienced that with my own through my own journey. Um, we have such a huge potential. Also, just to take perspective of things in the daily the life, we rush. We also have routines. Sometimes we need to leave that routine and realize that the things they are more simple than what we think. Just how important is to take care of our health, our body, our mental and spiritual health. And sometimes also is I've been living during 3 years with the things that you can keep in a trolley, just not with a big house, not with many material things. And
Just to put it in perspective, it literally is,
yeah,
and we'll integrate it into this chat so you can see it was a three-wheel trolley
yeah,
which he was pushing in front of him. So basically, Nacho was like Forrest Gump. The only difference is that he had a trolley in front of him. He didn't walk to the east and west coast of the USA. Guys, he walked around the world. Okay,
mm,
so carry on. I just wanted, that's all he
yeah,
had was a trolley. There was no backup. There was no this and that and everything else. It was a trolley and him.
yeah.
And that's it, but that's very important because
Yeah,
it wasn't a big commercial sponsored event. You woke up one day and you said, I remember you saying in Madrid, this is what you wanted to do. What were the words you used? I remember you had a special phrase, and in your mind, you just said, the reason I want to do it is because of this. And it was so powerful. I just wish I'd written it down. I can't remember off the top of my hand. It was like, why not? What was it?
Yeah, why do it and why not? That's what they say also when they want to climb the Everest mountain for first time. I think it was Mallory, that's a very famous climber. They say, why climbing Everest? And he said, because it's there.
Because it's there. Why walk around? Why walk around the world? Because it's there to walk
It's,
around.
yeah, yeah. Of course, I love walking. You walk for 1 day, you come back home, then you walk for 2 days, back home, then 1 week, 1 month, and I feel so good. A space, and you have like a different experience of a time and a space. When you go walking, the most important thing is not the destiny; is all the way, and
The journey.
even more important is the people you walk by, is who you share the path. Is very very important. So the most difficult thing for me was to make the first step, was just as you said in the English language, is to think out of the box, because sometimes we have a concept of reality, how things should be, but you, sometimes we don't go even to buy bread on foot. So how you go around the world by walking? And that was the most difficult thing for me, just to believe in that it's my dream. I can do it. I go for it, and I have to make a detachment. I have to leave everything, to leave my home, my material possessions, my car, everything, the job, my family, my friends, also the fears. Sometimes we are not brave enough because we have fears, about the future, about what will others will think or will say. But at the end of the day, it's a miracle being alive, James. The life is a present that we will not
True.
enjoy 2 times. So I think it deserves, it worth living life to the full potential that we have. And when you have a dream and you have a purpose, you became unbeatable. It's like you have like a superhero. You have superpowers. You want to face adversity because you want to push your limits, to check if what you are able to do. I love crossing deserts, climbing mountains, walking through the jungle, and that's because I'm doing what I'm passionate about, and because I have a purpose that it's to inspire others, and also to take care of the environment and nature. At the end of the day, we live on a planet and we have to take care of it. So there are many things. I've been living, as you said, James, with a trolley, and I discovered that happiness and inner peace don't depend on the things that we have, but that the things that we do have a purpose, giving a meaning to the life. Sometimes we put too much attention on the things, on the material possessions. Of course, it's comfort makes life easier, but at the end of the day, we want to find a meaning, to have a meaning in life. And it's not about the things that you have, but it's about the things that you do. So it's better to reconnect with yourself, with the people around you, with environment. I think that's the key concept in life.
Your passion is illuminating and
Mm,
is so inspirational. And if I reflect to uh, Chris and my journey in Sumba, of where I was always in the corporate world, I went to Sumba when Chris called me in 2012 and said, I'm buying this small surf resort on the island of, so I didn't even know where Sumba was.
mm,
And we went down this journey for the last 13 years of creating one of the most extraordinary places on planet Earth, and working with the people and changing people's lives and seeing the people smile. But it's been a non-stop adventure, whether it
for
be
sure.
being charged by buffalo, being chased with people with swords, you name it, and it's exhilarating, and it's true, because it's fundamentally so different that if I reflect to it, my peer group thought I'd gone mad when I went from being the president of YTL, a big corporation in Singapore, and having worked at Ritz-Carlton and Rosewood, the Carlisle, all around the world, and I'm on the island of Sumba on the edge of wildness.
Mm,
And yes, taking the skills that you've learned, as you took the skills that you've learned through life,
mm.
and putting them into practice and creating a place, and literally putting a place on the map. I still remember flying on Garuda, the national airline, maybe in 2013 and looking at the section in the back of the magazine where they have the map, and Sumba wasn't even on the map. It didn't even exist. So I said, we got to at least put it on the map of the airline magazine, and we did that and a lot more. And as a journey for me and for all of the businesses that Chris Birch has, I think it's really been the most fulfilling on so many different levels
Hmm.
of learning and learning through people and understanding simplicity. And I spent the first 3 months of Corona there, and where people were delighted to survive on $25, $50 a month and grateful and
Hmm.
having humility and being grateful,
Yeah.
I think all aligned to what you are saying and what has been the motivation to you in your life. So
Hmm.
I think having this ability, ladies and gentlemen, Sumba lovers, Nacho Dean lovers around the world, or soon to be Nacho Dean lovers around the world. How cool is that name? I
Hmm.
mean, it's like a movie star name. I love it. And I've become his biggest proponent, to the degree afterwards I said, I want to walk from Lisbon to Cape Town. And then I said, maybe I'll drive. And now we're just talking, we'll get up to Sumba for a retreat. I was so emotionally connected to it. But what would be the key things that you think a person that's not used to living in the jungle or being in the wild, or a regular CEO, a businessman, a person, a husband, a wife, a child who comes and joins your program with you for that week, what would you like them to come out with, Nacho, that would make you happy as a leader and as a human being, that they were able to embody from your teaching and going through this experience?
Well, I think all the participants should came with open-minded and be able to receive all the learnings and that knowledge and wisdom, because um, sometimes it's not easy to see things from a different perspective. So you must be keen with your mind and your heart open to take all those learnings. One of them, I think, we are living right now through a very changing times, and one of them is being able to adapt to so many changes that we are facing right now. So through all those activities that we do, the jungle trek, the fire walk, all the reflections, the activities in the water with the horses, with the meditations. So you learn that life is changed. Life is absolutely changing, and just take a perspective in the history, life and the planet and it has been changing forever. So the only true thing about life is that it changed, and we face uncertainty. So we love comfort. We want to be on a solid ground, but because it make us to feel safe. But life is uncertain, and instead of facing uncertainty from a negative point of view, is to face adversity, uncertainty as an opportunity. We are actors of our lives. So when the present is stable, the future is very predictable. But when the present is changing, the future is full of opportunities. We are actors of our lives. So we have the opportunity to write the book of our life. We don't live the other's life or what others want us to live. We have to live the life that we love. So just to change that mind is all about the mindset and to face uncertainty as an opportunity. Of course, there are a lot of things about networking, teamwork, the companions, the people you share the experience with. At the end of the day, well, I think that we want to live life better, and it's all about our soft skills and our mindset, um, just to have a very rich experience.
No, I think we are. It is in the uncertainty, and I mean the mind is so powerful. My mind's got things, demons running around in there all the time. I got to knock them out and stay focused on what we need to stay focused on. And that I think the beauty of doing this at NIHI Sumba is you're going to have these. We've got this extraordinary canvas You've got the expertise of Nacho and his team. You've got waterfalls, you've got rivers, you've got jungle, you've got people, souvenirs, you've got philanthropy.
Mm,
You've got coming together as a group, and obviously you've got yoga, spa. You've got these things that all go hand in hand to it. So you're having an amazing holiday.
mm,
Plus, you're going to have 7, 8 hours a day of activity, learning, growth, human growth, as well as events at night to where you'll spiritually connect with the stars,
mm,
work with Charlie, our fire chef from Australia, doing amazing stuff, walking on coals, and just, I think, all cumulatively put together, making it for one amazing experience to be enjoyed. But I truly can tell you from firsthand, just spending time with Nacho in itself is truly inspirational,
mm,
and people that are inspirational give you an energy that naturally fuses
mm,
into your being and makes you feel better and more focused towards dealing with the challenges and the beauty of life, because we only have one, and it is definitely what you make of it. So take a look at your schedules, and as I say, do it now, because
mm,
everything is fleeting. And when you commit, I think I committed, I did 2 years ago, Everest Base Camp. The year before, I did Kilimanjaro with my son, where it was amazing experiences. And when you have something to look forward to, that you can learn, grow, and have a time, whether it be with your family, whether it be a group, as I said, I highly encourage you to come to NIHI and to be spending time with Nacho. Any parting words, Nacho? It's been a delight speaking to you. And we'll do another one of these with some more learning in a month or two, as it's not until October. Within this podcast, visual, so forth, we'll put some more information, structure of the program, and other interesting pieces about how what it all pertains. It's been very reasonably priced, as it's the first one we're doing, and most importantly, even from Nacho and his team's perspective, this is ultimately not a huge business endeavor, but a business endeavor to bring great people together as a start of a journey for us to do fun and exciting things, whether it be here or other places around the world. And that is because when I do walk from Lisbon to Cape Town, it will be the most expensive journey in the world, as I'll be lucky to survive that journey. And we'll only do that after we've had at least three or four, and it's our last swan song. And Nacho will have to probably push me in his cart, and that'll be it. It'll be Nacho Dean with James McBride in his three-wheel cart, getting pushed all the way down Africa. Any closing statements, Nacho?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, James. I would like that journey to came true. That when you said to me there in Madrid, in Spain, I think first of all you dream about things, then you plan, and then you act. So let's do it. Let's do this retreat in Nihizumba. Can't wait to be there with all of you in such a special landscape scenery. um, I think it's the perfect mix because you combine personal growth with such an amazing site and also learnings about leadership. And well, it's a little bit about being out of the comfort zone, but you grow after when you push your limits. So I think it's the perfect retreat, the perfect natural leadership program, and can't wait to be there with all of you, having fun, enjoy learning and growing.
Dream, plan, and act. And once it's planned and done, you look forward to it, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing time. Nacho, thank you. I like saying Nacho Dean. Sounds better. It's like Elvis Presley. It's just like, it's just cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much,
And
James.
I really look forward to doing this with you. And thank you all for listening and taking the time to spend this with us. And we will see and speak to you all soon. Thanks so much.
See you soon. Thanks.
Take care. Bye bye.